Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking all of the books that are on my April TBR. Now, did I accomplish my March TBR? No. Am I still going to put an absurd amount of books on my April TBR? Yes. Here's like driving me insane. I never wear it straight, so I'm like, what is happening? I kind of like it though. I feel like sassy, as my nieces like to say. Anything that is like, why are you using a Stanley Cup? Are you trying to be sassy? Why do you have so many tattoos? Are you trying to be sassy? So, yes, I'm trying to be sassy. Okay, you'll see in my March wrap-up what I did read on my TBR for March. Yeah. What I didn't read, however, Barefoot by Ellen Hildebrand. I started to read that one, got a couple pages in, and the paragraphs were like really long, and the font was really small, and I was kind of in a slump, so I was like, you know what, we'll come back to this another time. So didn't read that one, didn't read Musical Chairs, The Lost Ticket, or Percy Jackson. I didn't even start those, didn't start The Midnight Library. I did start a self-help book. It was not the Gabby Bernstein one that I showed you guys in my March TBR video. It was, what is it called? The Origins of You or something like that. It is really good. I got a chapter in. Actually, I got like 2 chapters in, I think. And I'm enjoying it, but I've mentioned several times, like, those kind of books just take me forever to get through. So, didn't accomplish that, but I did start it. And I just need to, like, keep my finger on the pulse there, because what happens with those is I start them and then I don't pick them up for 6 months. So, yeah. My lips feel really, really dry. Get in my magical bag of shit here. Summer Fridays. Please, if you see this video ever, make this permanent. This is iced coffee. Is someone coming in to say hi? Hello? Alrighty then. This is the best flavor that they've ever made. Color stunning. I love this. I'm like rationing it because it was limited edition. So like I was saying, I am still, those books are still on my radar, but I'm not going to specifically add them to my April TBR because it's like, I'm not in the mood to read them right now. I wasn't in the mood to read them a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to be in the mood in 2 weeks. If I am, great, but that I don't foresee that happening for myself. So that being said, where did my shit just go? Okay. Let's get into the books I did put on my April TBR. So there are 2 books this month that are brand new and that are coming out, and they are by 2 of my favorite authors. So one is Funny Story by Emily Henry. I am so excited for this. Now typically Emily Henry is on like a schedule where she releases her books around April or May, and I always save them for my girls trip. We go to the beach and I always read Emily Henry. But for this one, I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait until May to read this. Like, I just love her books, so I think I'm going to... I'm not even drinking an Alani. Why is this happening to me? So I think I'm just going to read this one, and maybe I'll take, like, beach read on my vacation and reread it. But super excited about this one. I love anything Emily Henry writes, and I'm sure this one's going to be no different. It sounds like it's a... one couple's together, they break up, and then another couple's together and they break up, and then the exes get with each other. That's what I'm gathering from the summary, which sounds super interesting. Like I said, I love Emily Henry. So, and then the second book is by Elsie Silver, and that book is called Wild Love. And again, I just finished Chestnut Springs, and I just love Elsie Silver. Like, that entire series is just, oh my gosh, I love it so much. So I couldn't be more excited for a new series from her. So this is the start of the Rose Hill series. So it sounds like this is a childhood friends to lovers, but also like forbidden, because Rosie is the main male character's best friend's little sister. So there's like some forbidden, like, don't touch energy there. And it also sounds like there is a single dad trope, 12-year-old. So that's going to be interesting. I typically don't like that. I don't know. Like, in, for example, the Lucy Score Knock 'Em Out series, Waylay, she's, I think, around that age, and, like, it can be done, and it can be cute, but a lot of times I'm just annoyed. Like, I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. Is that bad? Whatever. So those two I'm super excited about, and then I'm also still on my ACOTAR reread journey, so I want to hopefully finish the second book by then. And I think that's A Court of Mist and Fury. Why do I not know that? It's my favorite book. The green one. The green one. That's the one that I want to finish by the end of April. I also have Project Hail Mary on here. Now this was a book club book that someone in my book club picked like last year, and I never read it. I did buy it on my Kindle though, so I really want to read it. I've seen nothing but good things, and some of the people in our book club didn't like it, but all over TikTok people are giving it like 5 stars. I know it's kind of like when we were talking about it at book club, so I do know what happens, but when we were talking about it at book club, they were comparing it to the new Adam Sandler movie with that giant spider thing, and I'm like, that could be something I like. I don't know. It's still on my TBR. I have a feeling I'm never going to read this book, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know. There's just always something ahead of it that has my attention more than this. The next one I have on here is The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. And this one I've seen all over. I feel like everyone loves it. It's a bodyguard trope. But what I didn't know is that the woman is actually the bodyguard. And then the man is like the heartthrob. I don't know if he's an actor or a singer. He's an actor. And there's a stalker. So I think that sounds super interesting. I've never read anything with that trope, and like I said, I've seen nothing but good things, and it's all over social media. So I do have a classic on here, and that is The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. I have that book. I've started it. The font in that book, I'm telling you, is like fucking microscopic. Like, it is so tiny, and the way it's written is very similar in my brain of like a self-help book. Like, I have to think more in depth about what I'm reading. I feel like that sounds stupid, but like just the way it's written, it's a little bit more complicated for me to understand, so it's going to take me longer, and the font is already tiny. So, sorry, dog hair. The font is already tiny, so I'm like already knowing it's going to take me forever to get through. I do have the third book in the Bromance Book Club on here. It's called Crazy Stupid Bromance, and that is by Lyssa Kay Adams. I am trying to work my way through this series, and I've been getting them on Libby, so it's just like as they come is when I read them, and I've really been enjoying this series so far. I think the first one has been my favorite. I've only read 2, but I'm excited to continue to read this. And this one is about Alexis, who is Liv's friend, and I think that it also has to do with Noah, who is like the computer genius that everyone thinks he works for, like the CIA or whatever. So, interested to hear more about that, because I feel like Alexis has been sprinkled throughout the other books. Same with Noah, especially the second one. But Alexis we've gotten bits and pieces of, but we don't know really anything about her personal life. So, I also want to read Throttled by Lauren Asher. That is the start of her Dirty Air series, her F1 series. And I've already got this one on my Kindle. All of Lauren Asher's books, or a big chunk of them, are on Kindle Unlimited, so I really am excited to get into this one. The F1 season is happening, so I'm like, what more like perfect time to read this than now? So I've heard mixed reviews about this series, so we'll see how I feel, but I feel like because I enjoy F1, my fiance enjoys F1, like I said, the season's going on right now, it just feels right, and I have a feeling I'm going to really like Lauren Asher's writing. I do have an Ellen Hildebrand book on here, and it is Silver Girl. So this one is about a woman who loses like everything in her life, and she has to kind of start over. This book does take place on Nantucket, like all of Ellen Hildebrand's books. Camera battery died. I also got up and got some food. It's 4 o'clock and I haven't eaten today, so got a little hangry. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Gets a call from her friend that she hasn't talked to in years. Her name is Constance, and they go and spend the summer on Nantucket, and then Meredith, our main character, she runs into her high school boyfriend. So it's like a childhood friends to lovers reuniting situation. So I'm really excited about that. I love Ellen Hildebrand so much. The next one I have is Vacation Wars by Megan Quinn. This is about Tessa, and she's going to Santorini for her sister's wedding, and they're going for a few weeks, and she's like ready to have like her hot girl summer, it sounds like. But then she remembers she made a deal back in high school that she's supposed to find her soulmate before her sister's wedding, so it kind of takes a turn, and her trip in Greece is a little different than what she thought it would be. It is like a childhood friends to lovers trope, so I'm excited about that. And it also sounds like there's some family dynamics that might make the story a little interesting. I've never read anything from Megan Quinn, so I'm excited to see what her writing style is like and if I'm a fan of it. Then I have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This one I feel like is so popular, and I have never even considered picking it up until recently. So this one is a young adult book, and it's about a girl in high school who's doing like her senior project or like a big project on a murder that happened in her town. And she's essentially like reinvestigating the murder and figuring out if there's anything that was missed. That is my entire TBR. I've been sitting here holding this pumpkin pancake for like forever. Yum. Let me know down below, are you a like well done pancake person, or do you like it to be like a little doughy, like soft in the middle? Because I like a little bit of batter in there, and my fiance is like, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. So let me know. That is everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you're planning to read for April, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and all of my social platforms are linked down below. Bye!